A very good Thursday afternoon to you, and welcome, and I hope I find you very, very well indeed. Feeling a little bit better, as you can probably tell, so all's good. Now, I threw Mr. Dalton Jr. a curveball the other day when I made my evening video, and I didn't include the weather from here in Manchester, so apologies, Dalton. And just for you, get us back on trend, the weather here in Manchester today. Well, dry day, cloudy day, but windy, very, very windy. We've had a lot of rain. That now seems to have disappeared. I can only assume that the wind has blown it away. We are due a little bit more rain, and we're also due, I am reliably informed by the Met Office, some of the white stuff. So let's wait and see. What I want to talk about today is something kind of that I've been mulling over for a while. Because when I was watch shopping and ended up buying my Hulk, not that I was going to do this, but you know, eventually you're bound to come across these things when you're scanning through the internet or catalogues or whatever. And I want to talk about white gold watches or white metal watches, precious metal watches. So we're looking at 18 karat white gold or platinum or things like that. Now, the point here is a simple question, or I think it's a simple question. Why the hell would you buy one? Because the only justification I can come up with for buying a white precious metal watch is that you know you've got the cash to do it, and you're spending tens of thousands of pounds, dollars, euros, whatever, on something that's on your wrist. And that's the only justification I can think that you might want to do it. On the other hand, the things that go against buying it, the most obvious for me, is unless you really, really know your stuff, or you know the person who's got a platinum watch on their wrist, to all intents and purposes, from across the room, standing next to in a pub, it looks like stainless steel. So the cost aspect is never on no mind to anybody else. You know, if you go out and buy, you know, a white metal prestigious brand, but they do the same model in stainless steel, how do you know? You know, is it something that screams out loud, look at me, I'm a precious metal white metal watch? No, it just doesn't. And the problem, of course, as well with precious metals is that they are not as resilient as stainless steel, whether it be 316L or 904L. The beauty of steel as a material is that it's very, very resilient, and generally it takes a lot to ding it, and generally it can be repaired, polished out, or whatever. Hence why it's such a big seller. You know, but we as guys and girls who wear these magnificent little machines on our wrist do have a very, very bad habit of banging it at work or on the edge of the desk or going through a doorway when you're manhandling the shopping or whatever. So we know, we have the peace of mind of knowing that if we have a stainless steel piece on our wrist, under normal circumstance, unless we've bashed it to all beyond all recompense, where it can't be polished out, it can be polished out by, you know, either sending it back via the AD to the manufacturer, or if you're fortunate enough, like me, to have a good, reliable watchmaker close who has a buffing wheel that can actually take the scratch out for you. But if you're looking at 18 karat white gold or platinum, by their nature, they are a very, very soft metal. And if you are the type of guy who've got that kind of money to buy that kind of watch, that you're quite happy to live with on your wrist every single day throughout your working stroke leisure life, you are probably as clumsy as the rest of us. You know, you'll bang it and ding it and whatever else. All right, you might have servants and stuff, or your butler to let you in and out of the house, or a chauffeur to drive your car or whatever. But if you're on holiday and you're in the swimming pool, for instance, you could bang it and ding it on the tiled edge of a swimming pool, for instance. So what would push you towards spending tens of thousands of pounds, dollars, euros on buying a white metal watch other than knowing that you can? Because it's not going to impress anybody else particularly without you actually telling them that it's a precious metal, because they're going to assume inescapably that the watch that they have on their wrist, let's say a Steinhardt or whatever, made out of stainless steel, looks very, very similar to a white gold platinum piece that somebody across has got on their wrist. Now, if you know yourself why you've invested in a white gold or platinum piece, I mean, there's not going to be a lot of us who've got the money to actually buy that kind of thing. Because I mean, I have no idea how much these things start at, but they must be in the 20,000s upwards. They must be, surely, with the prices of precious metals. So if you've been fortunate enough and indeed willing to spend that kind of money on a white metal watch, why? Why have you? Let me know. I'd be really, really interested. And why did you choose it over a stainless steel model if they do the same model in stainless steel rather than a precious metal? Why did you do that? Was it solely because you can? Is that the reason? If you're kind of watching this and you know you're never going to have the money to buy a precious metal watch, but if you did have the money, you would. Let me know why. And if you fall on my side of the fence, which is not understanding why you would, given that it's nothing that looks spectacularly different to stainless steel, can we together get our heads around why somebody perhaps would shell out tens, stroke 20s of thousands of pounds for a watch that doesn't look much different? It kind of, to me, defies all logic why you would want to do that. You know, I can understand why, again, you know, I wouldn't do this, but I can understand why somebody like Archie or a high-powered businessman would buy a solid gold Sully, because that is demonstrative of your wealth and your perceived standing and importance in everyday life and business. People will see that and know what it is and think, yeah, that guy is worth a bob or two. But if you bought something in a white metal, which is so indistinguishable from stainless steel, if you're wanting to put that image over that you're powerful and rich and all-conquering, it doesn't really serve that purpose. Or am I wrong? And I'm quite happy to be wrong. Let me know why. It's something that's kind of struck me, you know, over certainly the last 6 months while I've been shopping around, and it's something that I've tried to make sense of it, and the only conclusion I can come to is the one that I've already mentioned, which is because you can. You have the money and you can. Maybe your accountant has said to you, listen, Mr. Successful Businessman, you need to spend 28, 30 grand on something, or the tax man will have it. So you say, right, not a problem at all. I've had that little itch in the back of my ear now for a few months. I want to buy a new watch. So I'll go out and buy myself a new watch. And you go out and you blow that kind of money on one piece rather than maybe 5 or 6 pieces of stainless steel, perhaps. Or the other option, of course, is investment, where you've bought something in a white precious metal because it's a limited run or a special edition, and you're buying it as an investment. Maybe that's what you've done. Or maybe you're just hoping that later on it will be worth more money solely on the basis of it being a precious metal. But if that's the case, why did you not just go and buy bullion? You know, so that's kind of it. I think it's something that confuses me a little bit. If you're going to buy something that's completely precious and worth a lot of money, why buy something that will fade into the background because it looks like stainless steel? I mean, you can fade into the background if you buy an A. Lange & Söhne, for instance. They're beautiful, understated watches, but we all know of great horological interest and quality. But they sit on your wrist nice and quietly and don't shout, you know, look at me, I'm a fantastic piece of watch, look at me. So if you want to do that, then buy something like that, or you know, a nice Breguet or something, you know. Let me know. I'm really confused about this one. White metal, white precious metal watches, why the hell? Why do you do it? If you've got a concrete reason why you did it, if you're fortunate enough to have that kind of money, let me know. If you haven't got that kind of money, but if you did have that kind of money, you would, let me know why. And if you're a little bit like me and you're thinking, yeah, I don't get it. Why would I spend 28, 30 grand on a white metal piece, a white precious metal piece, when it just looks like stainless steel? Anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you very much indeed for all the nice comments to my first video of 2016. Great to hear from you all. And thank you very much for the couple of comments from my new subscribers. Great to hear from you. I look forward to hearing from all of you throughout the next few months. I am sat here as we speak, figuring out how to use my new solid state camcorder. I come from the tape era. A little bit different. It's got an SD card in it, but it's not an SD card that came with it. Oh no, I had to put an SD card in it. Well, you'd have thought, wouldn't you? It's a little bit like buying kids presents for Christmas. Batteries not included. That really winds me up. And this has kind of wound me up this morning. But I've put an SD card in it now, and I'm figuring out all the menus. The instruction manual is all in Mandarin and Chinese. Now, I don't know about you, but my Mandarin Chinese is a little bit rusty. I don't use it that often. So I'm partly doing it by touch and partly going through the Mandarin Chinese as best as I can. And hopefully, once I've got it sussed, I'll get out there when it's not raining and do the videos that I promised. So for now, that's it, guys. Any certainly answers to this one. Let me know what you think. Let me know what side of the fence you fall on. Let me know if you've got more money than God himself and you've gone out there and bought some prestigious timepiece made out of myrrh or frankincense or something like that. Still a bit of a festive twist there. And I should look forward to hearing from you. Queries, questions, suggestions for this kind of nonsense. I have had a suggestion from Mr. Simon Crane, Esquire, here of the testing facility for Vostok amphibians. Oh yes, the new international standards. That's Mr. Crane. I will be doing the video for him. So that'll be coming up in the next few days, so look out for that one. And that's it for now. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, which will no doubt counter the traditional thumbs down. And if you're new here and you think, oh, that's quite interesting this, feel free to subscribe. That's it for now, guys, and I shall speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.